Hello, all my friends. Today we're in the studio and we're with my beautiful friend Leah. And Leah is 76 years young. And Leah, 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, actually had a double mastectomy. So she's so kind and generous to share her story with you all, so that hopefully you'll see this video and not be afraid to try Pilates and understand that Pilates is available to all of us at every single age. So I'm going to ask Leah a few questions here. So Leah, would you share with everybody what this means to you and how Pilates has helped you through your surgeries?
Well, it means a lot because you supported me all the way through. I had started with you in July, and I was diagnosed with cancer in November, and I had to have so many tests that I didn't have my surgery until the next February. You got me ready for surgery. You helped get my pectoral muscles strong, and they were not cut into for the surgery. And then when I came back I guess about 3 weeks after my mastectomy, you worked with me. I was able to straighten my arms, and then I had to have surgery again, and that was to remove lymph nodes. So I have 14 lymph nodes out of my arm, and you worked with me on that to try to make me strong.
Beautiful.
So.
And then in terms of balance and strength in your legs, because we work on that a lot here, tell everybody how that's helped.
Well, I think it helps with balance. It helps me around the house. It helps me when I'm out for a walk. Having stronger muscles and better posture is something you really work on.
And especially the up and down piece, everybody. Like, so getting up out of the chair, sitting down, it can be a challenge if we don't continue to work our bodies. So in this series, I hope you're really excited. I'm going to do some work with Leah, and Libby is here, our lovely Libby. You can't see her. She's in the background there. Oh, there's a wave. She's videotaping for us today, and so she's going to bring you a special video. So we're going to go through some exercises just to share with you all what a typical workout looks like for Miss Leah. All right, so stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, so I'm bringing the bar down to Leah, and part of her warm-up is that I ask her to bend her elbows and reach her arms over her head, nice and slow. And then she's going to bend her elbows and return. So see right here, she's feeling a pull because this is the side that's very attached to the ribs because of the radiation. So this side is always tighter. So when we first start, it's really work for her to extend that arm, and then she brings it back through. She lengthens the arm. She inhales for me here, and then she exhales and just presses back, pauses. She's going to hang on to that bar with her hands, wrap your thumbs, and then bring it back through. And then she's going to do one more. And we'll do several of these to start our practice. And she'll come back to a neutral position for me. Then she's going to extend her arms, and she's going to pause here, and she's going to wrap her hands around the bar. Now we're going to work her tummy area, and Leah's going to bring this leg up to tabletop. Beautiful. And tabletop is here, knee is in line with hip. From here, she's just going to keep this shape, and she's going to hinge from the hip and bring her toe down, and then she's going to lift it up. And she's going to take it down with intention and lift. She's going to slow it down a little bit. And exhale, lift. Feel that pull. Inhale takes it down, and exhale lifts. We'll go to the other side. Foot down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Inhale up. So, most sessions, Leah loves to jump. I love jump boarding for her because we actually do interval training here. So she will jump for 2 minutes straight. I'll give her body a minute to recover. She's got a smartwatch, so we keep a very close eye on her heart rate. But she'll jump for 1.5 to 2 minutes and then pause, and I'll let her recover and then do it again. And we usually get about 4 to 5 rounds of interval training in for her. So many great things with jump boarding. Number one, she's getting a little bit of cardio here, actually a fair amount of cardio. And secondly, the jumping and the landing is incredible for bone density, for flexion in the ankles, for flexion in the toes. So it's very, very specific the way that we land on the footboard and press out. So I hope you enjoy this segment. Leah rocks the jump board.
I'll try.
So when we jump out and we land in a very specific way. So we jump out, and then when we land on our toes, the ball of our foot, and then our heel. So we're always rolling through that foot. And then when we land, our goal is to not hit the stopper, and we want to land light as a feather. So Leah is going to start with her feet in parallel. Actually, first she's setting her watch.
Well, my heart rate is 66.
Okay, so her heart rate is low. I'm happy with that. So her arms are going to be long and active at her side, and her feet are going to be parallel on the jump board. So here's what's important about the jump board, you guys, is that look at the flexion in Leah's ankle. Like, she's 76. She can walk, she can pick her feet up. This is beautiful. And her heel is flat on the board. Big bonus, okay? So when she jumps out, she's going to land on her toes, the ball of her feet, and then her heel, all right? So stay tuned and let's watch Leah jump. I cue her to keep her legs up, to not drop the legs, but look at the extension she gets on her knees. Boom. And press. It's out. And so she's pressing with intention here and out. Good. And then we're going to switch it up. Good. So next one on Leah, you're going to bring that other leg, one leg up. So up. There it is. Good. Kick it up. Good. And 4 more. Kick it up. Beautiful, Leah. And 3. Yes. Keep that knee long. And 2. Nice. And 1. Okay, switch legs for me. Go. Yes, Leah. Nice switch. So now we're working the brain, right? I've got her doing 2 different things with her legs. She's rocking it, having fun. She has 4 more here. Beautiful. Here's 3. Lift and lengthen. And 2. Yeah. And 1. Yes, Leah. Close the carriage and pause. This is her recovery time. Stay tuned. Okay, so this portion of Leah's workout is her upper body workout. We're going to work on shoulder mobility. We're going to work her upper mid-back. Open up her shoulders and her collarbone. I've got Leah sitting on what I call a moon box. And I've got her sitting crisscross applesauce. So many fun things going on here. First of all, she's getting love in the hip flexors, so it's allowing the hip flexors to stretch out a little bit. She's getting flexion in the ankles here. In the knees. She's getting flexion in the knees here. And then when we begin the movement, her entire core is going to be firing because she has to sit upright and keep herself nice and tall in this position. So I'm going to give Leah the handles here, the straps. Thank you. And she's going to sit super duper tall. So we're going to lift here. So you notice she just got a couple inches taller. And she's going to turn her palms up and bring her elbows way back. So she brings the elbows way back and she presses forward. Inhale takes it back and exhale, we press. Let's just do 2 more here. And press, keep the shoulders down, elbows low and back. Hold here. Slowly open, right there. Exhale, close, bring it back together. Elbows back now, elbows back. Press forward. Now, the slowly open is a challenge for Leah because remember, this is really tight here, right there. She knows her range of motion. She's going to inhale here and she's going to exhale, bring those arms back together beautifully, palms up, elbows back. Here's our last one. Pressing forward, opening that chest. Yes, exhale brings it back together and pause. Beautiful. This is our balance segment, and we work on a lot of balance throughout the series or throughout a session, but this is one of Leah's favorites, I guess, maybe. I don't know if it's a favorite. She likes it enough, and she rocks it. So she's going to use this, I call this a gondola pole, and she's going to use this pole for a little bit of stability. And then she's going to extend her other arm, and then she's going to lift one foot up. And the tension on the chair is light here, which means she has to really control it, and then she lets it float up. And exhale as she presses, and inhale as she returns. Exhale as she presses, and inhale as she returns. Her shoulders are down, thank you, and her eye gaze is dead ahead. When your eye gaze is dead ahead, it adds to the balance challenge. And she's going to do 2 more. Beautiful job, Leah. And last one. Good job. 3 more. And 2 more. And last one. Good. Beautiful. My friends, bone density is so important, and Leah has something very important she wants to share with you about her last bone density test.
I had a bone density scan before my cancer surgery, and when they did that scan, the tech said, oh, I have to recalculate my numbers. And then he said, no, I did it right. He said, you've actually gained bone. And I said, well, I do Pilates. And he said, that's it. It's excellent for bone density.
Okay, thank you, Leah.